On 6th of June 1944, about 156,000 British, American and Canadian soldiers landed on beaches in Normandy. This marked the largest naval invasion in history and signalled the dawn of the end of the Second World War. It's now known as D-Day. Around 55,000 of the soldiers for D-Day embarked from Southampton, and its people were the unsung heroes behind the scenes. Southampton has been a trooping port for hundreds of years, and by the beginning of the war, its docks were the largest in the country. The town was hit hard by enemy bombing in 1940, but in 1942, thousands of Canadians embarked from the town for an ill-fated raid on Dieppe, which was held by the Nazis. Although the Dieppe raid was a failure, it showed the importance of Southampton in any naval invasion of France. In July 1943, the Americans arrived. They came in the form of the 14th Port, a name for a logistical corps that facilitated the arrival of supplies and eventually coordinated the embarkation of troops and equipment. The 14th Port was stationed all over the town, including Hoglands Park and the Civic Centre. Buildings throughout the town were used by the British and American military, including the Star Hotel, which was used by the US Navy as a base for supporting amphibious landing craft, and the Southwestern Hotel, which was designated as HMS Shrapnel and was used by the British. As time went on, the whole of Southampton became a camp and military dumping ground, including the Common, which became Camp 402A, which could accommodate 8,500 troops and 1,000 vehicles. People in the town knew that something was afoot, but not exactly what. This extended to the building of huge concrete and steel constructions built in some of the docks. These were to be artificial harbours towed across the English Channel to be used in the aftermath of D-Day, known as Mulberry Harbours. One eyewitness spoke of them popping up like mushrooms. May 1944 saw full-scale rehearsals for the landings, and by this stage the great troop ships were ready, as were the landing craft. The town was shut down for all but the military, and the soldiers started boarding their craft. On D-Day itself, only British and Canadians passed through Southampton. On the 5th, the Armada set off for a date with destiny and to liberate Europe. The next day, the people of Southampton awoke to find the men and ships gone, and knew then that it was D-Day. Following D-Day, the town was used primarily by the US military, and from D-Day to the end of the war, over 2 million Americans passed through the town. 80 years on from that fateful day, many physical reminders of Southampton's role in the preparation for and aftermath of D-Day remain, in the form of plaques throughout the city. Many buildings continue to stand as testament to the men and women who worked there. Those involved in the landings are all but gone, and it's now the responsibility of future generations to ensure that their story is not forgotten.